What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and there's a bigger story going on, obviously, around the Mr. Beast and Kris Tyson story, where Mr. Beast's co-host was allegedly using, Mr. Beast's kind of connection and name and fame to talk to people he shouldn't have been. In this particular case, young ones. That said, content creators for years have gotten in hot water for talking to people they shouldn't be talking to, and it isn't always, it could just be, hey, they're stepping out on their wife or their husband, or they say something inappropriate, and it gets to the internet and it puts them in hot water, all this kind of stuff. Well, Ninja is getting absolutely roasted for an entirely common sense set of rules, one that I also follow myself. Like one easy trick to not get involved in this stuff, and he's getting dragged on the internet simply because he's using this rule as, the Mr. Beast, Kris Tyson situation as proof his rule is a smart one. I'm going to get into that all after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Aura. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Aura. It's a great opportunity for me because it's a product I actually use and I love. I consider it one of the most important things I use. I know one of the reasons I get so many spam texts and calls is because big companies don't keep our data safe. In fact, not that long ago, AT&T revealed that nearly all of their customers' call and text records had been revealed in a massive data breach. It hasn't even been a few months since they admitted that 70 million of their users' social security numbers ended up on the dark web. The stolen logs also contain every number AT&T customers called or texted and so much more. Well, what can you do to protect yourself for that? Well, I also use it because I recently got fooled into a phishing scam on my Twitter. I tweeted about it very publicly. I fell for a link and I got my password, and I've never felt safer because I use Aura. Aura will alert me if they find my phone number or any other sensitive information on the internet, or if it's been compromised. And I'll show you that I use it. I don't really care if you see this information. You can see I have an Aura account, got a Kubota UTV. It alerted me, hey, somebody ran your credit. Somebody tried to verify your identity when I was doing my taxes. They've also completed removals of my information on the internet, removal services, all sorts of stuff. I absolutely love this. I'm logged into Aura almost every single week. You can see all sorts of protection things that they put together. It's absolutely crucial in today's market. I get alerts every couple of weeks that they found my stuff out. I request it get removed. It feels really empowering to take control of my life in this way. So literally stop leaving yourself vulnerable to data breaches or your own foolish clicking on links like I did. Go to my sponsor, aura.com/thequartering to get a 14-day free trial and see if any of your data has been exposed. I absolutely use Aura every day. If you're like me, you're constantly worried about this stuff getting out there, and I feel much safer using it. So use the link in the description and protect yourself today. Now, Ninja, extremely famous streamer, one of the probably the first streaming mega superstar to break into mainstream. I guess I'm not overlooking anybody, but he was reacting to a clip, or he was essentially reacting to everything going on with Mr. Beast and his staff, right? And so now everyone's calling him all sorts of names. Oh, he doesn't like women, blah, blah, blah. He's implying women are untrustworthy. No, this is what he actually said. I'm going to start with the context of what he said and then how the media is reacting to it.
Like, I don't tell you, I don't do that. I go out of my way to make sure that I am never even alone in another room with a woman, ever in any moment. Like even like my PR like it doesn't matter who it is. I don't care if they work for me, whatever, bro. There is someone else in that room with me at all times. If we're alone, I leave instantly. That's on like fidelity, right? As for anything else, dude, it just, I don't DM anyone, bro. I DM my boys. Like I DM like guys in the community. No, there's no private messages going on with any girls. If there are, it's like someone like Chica or like, just like people in the space. And then I let my wife know. And then as for like people that I know, bro, if I don't know you, I'm not DMing you. I don't want to get to know you, dude. I don't want to find out you're only 17. Like,
nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with what he said. Now, look, I've been creating content for, I don't know, almost 15 years. I've been on YouTube, and Now you should definitely follow me on Rumble by downloading the Rumble app and following the Quartering. It's the freest speech video platform online. And it's always boggled my mind how people keep getting into these scenarios, how people's DMs end up leaking, and how people are, oh, I can't believe that this person shared my private messages for internet clout, blah, 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 blah. Well, are you? Because that's literally how the internet works. The internet doesn't care about you. I believe that there are actively people out there. I mean, look, catfishing is a thing, right? Right? We know catfishing is a thing where people pretend they're someone they're not. There's a rumor that, for example, Dr. Disrespect, the person that he was messaging wasn't even young. They were just pretending to be young. And here's all like the normal people's responses, right? Ninja, I don't want to find out you're only 17. Nothing wrong with that. Adam Krigler, W, Melanie Mack, this is good. Fair enough if you really care about your relationship like that. I mean, W Ninja, this is what, nothing, I'm never alone with another woman. We know, bro. He's loyal to his wife, actual rare Ninja W. Ninja is being a loyal husband, and people are trying to find a way to clown on him for it. Losers. I mean, again, Ninja ain't trying to get caught up in any allegations. Nothing wrong with this. Y'all don't get it. He's speaking facts. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the famous Mike Pence rule that people clowned on Mike Pence for. But why wouldn't you? I mean, Ninja's probably worth $50 million. Why wouldn't he? Of course, how does the media react to this? Well, they make fun of him and they say it's misogynistic and that he's disparaging women. He's not doing any of those things. He's just saying, I'm being smart. And by the way, if you're a woman, okay, again, this goes for everybody. If you're a woman, you shouldn't be messaging other men anyway. Look, if you're single, I mean, there are scenarios where, like, I'll put it this way. You shouldn't be messaging people spicy stuff that you don't know, that you don't specifically know, that you haven't met IRL. Here's people from Kotaku and GameSpot saying, he said this forever ago, so I'll just repeat what I said then. This line of thinking is so deeply misogynistic. You do you, I guess, but you are admitting that you see women's presence as inherently spicy. You are directly contributing to the gaming industry's remaining a boys' club. That is one of the most brain-dead takes you can take of this. He is not saying that. He says, I am not putting myself in a situation where it will ever be a he said, she said type thing. I'm not putting myself in a situation where it can ever be a he said, she said type scenario. Absolutely just smart business, okay? Because we know if it's he said, she said, he loses 100 times out of 100. And we've seen many men's lives destroyed by various claims and allegations. Men have left this planet based on lies said about them, okay? And years later, even when they have perfect evidence of everything. Remember that gaming YouTuber? What was his name? Pro Jared? Lies destroyed his entire career, and he had every single receipt possible, and people never cared. Then she gets so triggered, she goes, God, if I made as much money as this dude, if I had such fame and influence and said, I don't work with men and I won't be in the same room with one alone, the backlash would be astounding. What do you mean? Women say that all the time. I bet you if I go look at Kotaku or GameSpot, you talk about men being toxic. I already blocked one person who retweeted and essentially said, maybe he just doesn't want women to make stuff up and take control of their narrative like you're already doing, thus proving his point. I mean, where's the lie? Here's Alyssa Mercanti, who really desperately wants to be in the spotlight, saying, this is why gamers are not okay. A misogynistic culture that continues to demonize women and LGBTQ folks. He didn't mention anything about LGBTQ folks, while glorifying mediocre and outright problematic straight white men. Do you get that in the same sentence you're whining about people demonizing women and LGBTQ people, you demonize straight white men? You literally do the same thing. The article's Ninja reveals he'll never be alone with a woman in response to Kris Tyson claims. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. This decision was applauded by PewDiePie, who defended the streamer, saying that not many people can relate to having everything they do criticized. This is back when he said it the first time. It's not just that. Look at Trevor Bauer. Okay, let's talk about Trevor Bauer. Do you remember him? Most people don't. $100 million Cy Young pitcher, one of the best in the game. A woman knowingly set out to get incriminating evidence on him, even slept with him, and spread all sorts of rumors. The only reason he was ever vindicated in the public eye was because he sued her and got her text messages, and it proved that it was all a setup. And even with that vindication, an outright, unquestionable vindication, not a single Major League Baseball team will give the guy a job. Not a single one. These people want to act like Trevor Bauer doesn't exist or Pro Jared. Like, it's insane to me that they continue to demonize men for saying look, I don't want to be in any weird situations. If I were Ninja, I would also say I'm not alone with men either. Now, granted, if a man says, "Oh, hey, Tyler made an offensive joke," it doesn't run wild on the internet. And then it's a he said scenario, so he's got at least a puncher's chance. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these dudes literally record everything that goes on in their house. I would be so paranoid. Because it's not even about, acting the fool or being bad or being wrong. It's that people will just make stuff up about you. Absolute W for Tyler on this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.